Now is the Republican congressman from California, Jay Obernolte. He is a member of the Budget Committee. Congressman, thanks for being with us tonight. First time, I believe, here on the Hill.
It's good to see you, Blake.
You as well. So you just heard Michael there. She kind of laid it out, right? You got some folks who are worried about cuts to Medicaid. You've got others who say, look, you're just blowing a hole into debts and deficits. You're racking up a big bill. And you have others who say, we don't want these tax breaks for homeowners in blue states. Is it just pure negotiating at this point in time, with the obvious end being you're going to figure something out? Or is it truly square peg, round hole territory?
Well, I'm cautiously optimistic. I think that there are good points on all sides. The Freedom Caucus, they're making a good point. The point they're making is the tax expenditures, the things that cost money, are going to be phased in first, the start of next year. And the cost savings that pay for those expenditures don't phase in until later under the current draft of the bill. And so what they're saying is that maybe we need to match those expenditures with the savings that pay for them. We're in a negotiation. We're going to get through that. The Rules Committee is still meeting. They've been meeting since 1 a.m. this morning. We understand a manager's amendment representing some of the compromise is going to be introduced soon. And then hopefully we will have later tonight a vote on the rule, which will trigger debate on the actual bill. And then we'll see if late tonight we might have a vote or perhaps tomorrow.
All right. You mentioned the House Freedom Caucus. Scott Perry, Congressman, Republican, Pennsylvania, is one of the folks there. Here's what he said earlier today. I'll get your reaction on the other side.
Look, it's not perfect. No bill ever is. We understand that. We'd like to have more, but we recognize we've got a big conference in a big country and that the Democrats aren't going to help us.
Do you think they eventually back down? You think they eventually fold, I guess? And if so, on what?
I wouldn't put it as back down or fold. We're all part of the big team here, right? We're all fiscal conservatives. We want to get our country to a place of fiscal responsibility. We want to get our budget to a place where it's balanced. And the question is, how do we get from here to there, given the political dynamics within our conference and the different constituencies we all represent? So I think the Freedom Caucus are fighting for what they believe in, and I think we're going to get to a compromise.
How can you claim, Congressman, being fiscally conservative in President Trump's first term, in the 2 fiscal years before COVID? He ran up deficits of $750 billion and nearly $1 trillion in year 2. And going forward here, so there's history there, and then going forward here, you're talking about adding another $3.5 trillion over the next decade. How can Republicans actually sit there and say, you know what, we're fiscal conservatives?
Well, I mean, we are conservatives because we believe that the way to get to a balanced budget is not to raise taxes. That's what the Democrats want to do. They would raise taxes and keep spending and spending and spending. We believe we want to keep taxes where they are, and we want to reduce spending. That's what this bill does, and I'm proud to say that I'm a conservative, and I think that this leads us in the right direction.
All right, we'll leave it there. Jay Obernolte is a Republican on the Budget Committee with us tonight here on the Hill. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.